Hello everyone, Mewtwo back with another package and pickups video. This time, well, as usual you could say, Master System. What a surprise. Only one thing that isn't Master System related to this, and it's a charity shop pickup, and that is Resident Evil 3 Nemesis for the PS1. And this was, it's all complete in very good condition actually. Especially so for PlayStation games, because I always find that the boxes beat the hell. I mean, they're particularly here. There's no structural strength in these boxes, so it cracks very easily and damages. But this was £2, and being a Resident Evil title, it's worth that. No matter what, So I was very, happy to pick it up for that price and in such good condition, and you can't go wrong. Never been really able to get into the earlier Resident Evil games. Have tried several times on several different systems, but the tank controls, God, I just can't work them out at all. Tried this, and I don't know if it was a default to a hard mode or did I inadvertently select hard mode, but I promptly got my ass kicked. So I restarted again and changed it down to an easier setting and promptly got my ass kicked. So that made all the difference in the world. But however, I was surprised to see it and was happy to pick it up for that price. And I think that's actually the only maybe I've Resident Evil 1, but I was going to say I don't have too many of the original Resident Evil games, so they're good to pick up when you can. So, on to the Master System stuff. Let me see, there's two sets of things. Well, one, an individual purchase from eBay, and then the last few games are a trade that I did. As I said in my previous package and pickup video, postage has just shot up. I have not been quoted for any single game on any platform a price of less than £4 sterling. And I just don't know what the hell has happened recently, where sellers getting this figure, because I've been told by a few people on YouTube through comments and PM that yes, it's gone up, but £5 in some cases, that's just silly. So I don't know where they're going with this, but that seems to be what they think the going rate is. I don't know, hopefully it'll change, because it's going to make finishing off the set a hell of a lot trickier. And starting from my last video, I'm actually going to put the kind of remaining list, or the top priorities, into the description of the video below. That's if you're watching it on the YouTube player and not downloading it or something. So yeah, if you can help me out with any of the remaining titles, please do. Leave a comment, PM, and maybe we can come to some arrangement. But anyway, on to today's pickup, and it is a game that I've been looking for a while, but for an incorrect reason, and it is Dead Angle. This cost, what was it? Ooh, I was only a couple of pounds, and again, I think it was like £2, and then shipping was more like £4, or I think it came to £6 in total, something like that, and then it was largely shipping again. And let me see. Yeah, this is complete, but you forgot something important. Yeah, the game. I said to him, no, keep the game. I'm only interested in inserts and manuals. I'm a collector, don't you know? No, again, I've been cleaning all my games, so most of the cartridges are not in the boxes. But yeah, in very good condition. Anyway, the reason why I've been looking out for this is because if you look at the screenshots at the back, if that's clear, I thought this was a light gun game. Even from the front, you can see your man, the kind of gangster style, dude shooting away, shooting from the hip. Coincidentally, Electric Adventures picked this up quite recently too, and this was on the way while when I see him pick it up, I knew it was being shipped. And I think he had initially thought, oh, it might have been a light gun style game, but it's not. You just use it with the control pad, and you have an outline of your character on screen, and you move him around, and when he goes red, he's targeted and going to be shot. So I gave it a quick gameplay. It's one of those things, because ultimately it's cursor game. It feels like, why didn't they design this as a light gun game? It's not like it, clearly, because you have that character. It's more like Dynamite Duke, or the old, was it Duke Nukem as well, when it was scrolling into the screen shooting things. That it's closer to that than a light gun game. But yeah, it's an odd game. Often goes for £5 or £6 on its own, so I was happy to get it for £6 delivered, especially in the current climate, shall we say. So anyway, that was kind of the paid for items. And the last thing then is a trade I did with a good friend of mine on the Sega 8-bit forums, Gordman. Now I've mentioned him before. He's helped me out find a few games. What was it? Great Soccer. He helped me out with an auction there, and of course I've got a big bundle from Germany with Championship Hockey and a few other things. At the time I said Championship Hockey was, and I went through the bundle and kind of going, Sonic Spinball, well that's rare, but it's not the rarest that's in this bundle, and Asterix and the Great Rescue, that's rare, but it's not the rarest. And I ended up with Championship Hockey. Now at the time I considered that to be one of the top 5 anyway rare games on the system. A lot of people would maybe say that, oh, maybe it's not, or I picked it up for £2 or £5 or whatever, and that can happen. And however, I think those days generally are gone now, and it really seems that game in auction is just going insane. The most recent auction that I seen went for 400 sterling, and 2 others went for like 260, and I think there was another one that was 100 and something as well. It's funny that the one for 110, I think it was in between the other auctions, so quite why it went for so much less, or rather quite why one went for 400. It's mind blowing the prices people will pay, when 2 months before that people would have generally said about £80 would have been what it was going for. So I don't know, strange world, and that's often a tangent, but it's all good. So anyway, on to the trade that I did with Marco. Now I'm not going to say what my side was. He doesn't put up videos, but however, that's for another day. His side was he asked me for something that he was interested in. I knew he was interested in anyway because he mentioned it before, and I said no problem, but he had a few items that he would be willing to trade. And I said, sure, well, let's do that. And these are games for a set that I'm not collecting for, or rather, they're not my primary target in the Sega Master System set. But if I can get them, cool, great. And they are, and I'll pick up the first one, the Brown Box Classic games. Now, as I said, these aren't a primary target or anything like that, but I'm after picking up 3 more from Marco. That brings it up to 6, I think I have, out of 11. So it's over 50% of the way without actually trying. So isn't it funny? You can try and hunt stuff down and get nowhere, and in other cases you don't try, just if it happens it happens, and poof, you get halfway without any sort of effort really. But anyway, yeah, so first up was Desert Speed Trap. There's the front, and screenies at the back. Of course, these are all the kind of later re-releases of existing games. I think, yeah, I have all the games anyway, and the manual was in pretty good condition. The cartridge was in good condition too, but it's, as I said, cleaning out to the cleaners. So yeah, that's the first one. The second one then is The Flash. I think this game is unique among the classic set in that it is easier to find the classic release, or some would say it's easier to find a classic release than the normal release. My only piece of damage here is that the spine is a bit sun faded, but as I said, I'm not majorly after these. but yeah, if I can come along, you know, if they come my way, I'll take them. So there we go. And the manual and the cart were in great condition. The manual's actually better condition than my original standard release version of the Flash, which was nice. So there we go. That game is it's a decent enough game. I remember looking at it in Mean Machines as a future game as well. Fairly fast moving, as you'd expect for the Flash and all. In fact, it's nearly its undoing. It's a little too fast. And then finally we have the Ottifants, or Otifants, or whatever you want to call them. So actually, I didn't think this was that common a game in general. It's complete again and in superb condition. But when I was speaking to Marco about it, he said that, oh, this is like very common, like where he is anyway, it's like worth about $250 type of thing. I was like, really? Because I remember picking up the standard release, and I had, like, certainly in the UK, eBay UK, local to me, and even when I was over in stores in the UK, like GameLink, I didn't see any copies. So I remember picking the standard up version up for a $5 and thinking, that's not bad at all. So maybe the classic re-release of this is more common in Germany, or maybe the Ottifants is just more common over there anyway. Maybe it is a German property, I'm not too sure. But yeah, seems that one, if you go abroad, is easy to get. So there we have it anyway. That's the lot for this week. So we have 3 more of the classic boxes. Should have dug out the other 3 to kind of show all 6 together. Another one to full set, and what does that bring it down to? We'll say 27. I can't remember. I'm very bad actually at remembering what the exact number is. All I know is it's not 0. So gotta keep going. And then another item to the PlayStation collection. Only local pickup this time actually, which is making a bit of a change. Last time it was all local pickups. So that's the lot, as they say. Thanks as always for watching, and hope you enjoyed. Hopefully we'll be back with some more stuff if eBay sellers can calm down on the crazy postage. So as always, please leave any comments that you might have in the comments below, as they say, and like if you like, and favourite if you think it's a favourite, and don't forget above all to subscribe. We'll see you again soon.